Track 6. Listening Worksheet 2.
Hi Jess, could we catch up on a video call next week? As you know, I'll have finished my second year soon, and I'm thinking about getting some experience in an office. I could really do with your advice.
Track 7. Listening Worksheet 2.
Advice about your work placement. Right. First, make sure that you choose one that's fun. There's no point spending a year doing something that you... Next, remember it's not about what you are studying now. You need to make plans for after graduation. What I'd suggest is that you... Well, in order to be selected, you must prove you know the topic in detail. There is a lot of competition, and they might choose... I'm sure you know this already, but whatever you do, don't get lazy. The company reports back to college, and you don't want them. Well, it's a really big decision, so before you decide, you might want to ask for some support. I'm sure your tutor will be able to help you.
Track 8. Listening Worksheet 2.
Then, about 6 months before you go, you have to send your choices in.
Track 9. Listening Worksheet 2.
Hi Mia, I wanted to ask you about the year abroad option. Would you recommend doing that?
Yes, definitely. It's a fantastic chance to study in another country for a year.
I think I'd like to do it, but it looks very competitive. There's only a limited number of places.
Yes, so next year when you are in the second year of the course, you need to work really hard in all your theatre studies modules. Only students with good marks get places. You have to prove that you know your subject really well.
Track 9. Listening Worksheet 2.
Hi Mia, I wanted to ask you about the year abroad option. Would you recommend doing that?
Yes, definitely. It's a fantastic chance to study in another country for a year.
I think I'd like to do it, but it looks very competitive. There's only a limited number of places.
Yes, so next year when you are in the second year of the course, you need to work really hard in all your theatre studies modules. Only students with good marks get places. You have to prove that you know your subject really well.
Track 10. Listening Worksheet 2.
Hi Mia, I wanted to ask you about the year abroad option. Would you recommend doing that?
Yes, definitely. It's a fantastic chance to study in another country for a year.
I think I'd like to do it, but it looks very competitive. There's only a limited number of places.
Yes, so next year when you are in the second year of the course, you need to work really hard in all your theatre studies modules. Only students with good marks get places. You have to prove that you know your subject really well.
Right. So how did you choose where to go?
Well, I decided I wanted a programme that would fit in with what I wanted to do after I graduate. So I looked for a programme with emphasis on acting rather than directing, for example. It depends on you.
Okay. Was it easy to get what you wanted?
Well, about 6 months before you go, you have to send in your choices. I had a friend who missed the deadline and didn't get her first choice, so you do need to get a move on at that stage. You'll find that certain places are very popular with everyone.
And don't you have to write a personal statement at that stage?
Yes.
Right. I'll get some of the final year students to give me some tips. Maybe see if I can read what they wrote when they applied.
I think that's a very good idea. I don't mind showing you what I did. And while you're doing your year abroad, don't make the mistake I made. I got so involved I forgot all about making arrangements for when I came back here for the last year. Make sure you stay in touch so they know your choices for the optional modules. You don't want to miss out doing your preferred specialisms.
Right. That's really helpful.
Track 11. Listening Worksheet 2. 1,
Well, actually, you need to go to reception about that.
2,
Telephoning the business centre would be more useful.
3,
You'd be better off organising it yourself.
4,
I understand, but it's best if you wait for them to contact you.
Track 12. Listening Worksheet 2. 1,
I'm sure the supervisor will help me with my assignment.
Well, actually, you need to go to the office and speak to the tutor about that. Our supervisor may not give you the correct advice.
2,
I thought I'd go to the library and find out more information.
You could. The library has 1 or 2 books about the topic, but checking online at the business centre would be a better idea.
3,
I'm going to ask my mentor about my accommodation later today.
Well, I went to my mentor for help, but you'd be better off going to the office and talking to the administrator.
4,
I sent the application last week. I'll chase them when I get home.
No, it's best if you wait for them to contact you.
Track 13. Listening Worksheet 2.
Hi, Eva. Could you spare a few minutes to talk about the work placement you did last summer?
Sure, it was a fantastic experience.
Yeah. I want to apply for a placement. How do I go about doing it?
Well, first I'd go and visit the careers officer.
Right. I guess they can help me find out about a particular company.
You'd be better off using them to talk through what's available. They've got all the relevant knowledge about the jobs market.
Right, okay.
And you could also attend a work experience fair. There's one coming up at the end of the month.
Yes, I read about that.
Great. Well, they're free for students, and you can make contact with employers and find out more about them.
Okay, I'll try and go.
And then when you know what you want, you need to go online.
What's that for?
Well, so that you have the best chance of being interviewed, there's an organisation, STEP. You should sign up with them. It's a fairly straightforward process.
Once I've done that, I understand that I'll be assigned a mentor. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. They work with STEP.
And they will keep me informed about the progress of my application.
Spot on.
I don't suppose it's a good idea to get in touch with the Human Resource Department directly, is it? You know, to find out what's going on?
Not really, but it is them who will notify you if they want you to go for an interview. You'll get an email, and of course you need to reply directly and confirm you can attend.
Right. So, once I've had an interview, I should let my tutor know what the outcome is.
Yes, you need to let her know if you've been offered a job, so she can provide you with a reference. She knows your academic ability, your qualities, etc., better than STEP will, and the company are definitely going to ask for one.
Well, thanks very much for the information. I'm starting to look forward